I'm Pawzy Puppy.
And I'm K-Dog.
And welcome to episode 13 of the Pokesino Club podcast. K-Dog, how are you this week?
I'm doing fine. I do have some exciting news today. Not like the actual, like news.
Right. You have stuff new with you.
Yes.
Okay.
In my town, they built a new Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree or Dollar General?
General. Sorry. They built a new Dollar General. So I'm like, yes, Dollar General. $1 items and everything. And they have some pretty good snacks and everything there,
Mm-hmm.
But I was going down a school/toy aisle, like it had all the Nerf and all the notebooks and pens and everything. But in that aisle was Pokemon.
Oh boy.
They had tins,
Okay.
the Mimikyu tin, Darkrai tin,
All right.
and my favorite,
Snorlax?
Snorlax tin.
Wow.
They had the Snorlax tin, and gosh dang it, that Snorlax was so cute. It comes with 3 packs in a promo.
Mm-hmm.
And right next to it, sitting on one of those little wire hook things that hold all the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
was for $3.50.
Oh boy.
Sword and Shield.
Oh boy. Bro! Like a pack, not like a Dollar General pack?
Like an actual pack.
11 cards.
11 cards, yes.
Wow.
For $3.50.
Nice. Cheap.
Yeah.
Below MSRP.
Yeah. I want to get a tin sometime. And then the biggest bit of news.
Oh boy.
Pawzy just screamed into his mic.
No, I sniffed.
My gosh, chill, bro. So, my brother, his Pokemon, his binder and deck, I wouldn't really call it a deck. It has 70 cards and 50 trainers, 10 energy, and 5 Pokemon. It's kind of an exaggeration, but you get the idea. So he left it in my room. I was like, dude, come on, come get your Pokemon. Get out of my room. I'm trying to clean up my room. And he's like, you can have it.
I'm sorry, what?
He's just like, you can have it. And I'm like, wait, you're sure about this? He's like, yes. You are positive? Yes. You are completely sure about this? Yes. Are you completely sure?
You're not gonna go back on it 5 minutes later and be like, ah!
And I'm like, okay, I'm taking it. And he's like, okay. I now have probably 700 cards.
Dang.
Oh, and then the older one of the twins was on our staircase landing. And he's just like, here you go. And he hands it to my younger brother, the youngest in our family.
The binder? Or the deck or whatever?
No. You know the bin that you gave them to keep their Pokemon together? Just that full of cards. Probably 200 cards in there.
Wow.
It was insane.
If they are still Pokemon fans when they are older, that is going to be the decision they regret most of all. Just like me trading 7 cards away for a little Zekrom, and me leaving my binder under the playground at recess and losing probably 36 cards at least. I came back to find the binder empty with none of those card sleeves in it, or card pages.
That sucks.
Yeah, someone just saw them and it was like, oh nice, free Pokemon. Boop. Hope you had a binder at home, otherwise those pages are kind of useless.
Yeah.
If I were him, I would have just left the pages. Take the cards. What do you want with the pages, bro?
For real. Alright, that's it. That's new with me. So now I have a bunch more cards.
Okay.
You go.
So, something that's new with me that I talked a little bit about in last week's bonus episode, Introductions number 1, Murky Waters. I basically just ran you guys through the list of cards in one of my Pokemon decks, and I enjoyed making it, and I'm looking forward to making more. Something I talked about in that episode was that I battled another one of the club members, and I just, brush it off, this happened, and I used Big Yawn a bajillion times. And I'm just gonna, say a little more about it. The first card I got in my hand was, Slowpoke. That was my only basic Pokemon, I think. I think the first card I played was a Slowpoke or something. He knocked out, 1 or 2 of my cards. And then I just kept using Big Yawn to put me and put ourselves to sleep, and I would just then, take another turn and draw another card. I was powering up the bench. I had, a Suicune or something. I might have had one of my Vs or GXs out. I had a Magikarp ready. I had an Umbreon charged. Maybe it was a Vaporeon. I don't know. It was 2 weeks ago now, at least. And eventually, he got out his Empoleon, and I was kind of scared. But I used the Galarian Darmanitan V with whatever its attack, Freezing Slice or something, that paralyzes. I don't think it paralyzed the first time, and so I was kind of screwed. And, sorry, I was screwed. And
You're screwed.
But then I wasn't, because I used Freezing Slice the next turn, and ditto. It was a fun battle, and I think I won with him having 3 prize cards left. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Another thing, a day or two ago, yesterday, this is being recorded the 29th, I bought, on release day, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is the brand new, fresh out of the oven Pokemon game set in the Sinnoh region hundreds of years earlier. It is really exciting, and there's almost 30 new Pokemon, I think. And for being a not main series game, 30 new Pokemon is pretty exciting. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow, so Sunday the 30th. I don't know if it will, but that is the scheduled date for it to arrive. Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I'll keep you guys posted next week. I'll keep you posted, K-Dog. And that's basically it. Why don't we move into our news about a TCG Live possible release date? K-Dog, start us off.
Pokemon Company temporarily shut down the TCG online server on January 11th. This is likely to prepare for TCG Live.
On January 11th, 2022, the Pokemon TCG online game client and server were put into maintenance so that infrastructure upgrades could be applied to support account migration for the upcoming Pokemon TCG Live app.
There hasn't been any news about TCG Live since its delay was announced in November. This could mean the app's release is on the horizon.
The app was originally going to launch with the Fusion Strike set in November. It's probably not inconceivable to think the app will launch by February 25th's Brilliant Stars set.
If they launch together, that will just be brilliant.
Ha 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 ha.
TCG Live will replace Pokemon TCGO as the main client for the digital Pokemon TCG when it officially launches, and the players who have been playing the TCGO will be able to migrate their accounts into the new platform. Because the Pokemon Company plans to sunset Pokemon TCGO, players will be able to transfer a majority of their existing collection from the TCGO over to TCG Live. This transfer feature will have several limitations, but it will immediately be available to players who use the same trainer club accounts for both apps.
Players who already have a pre-existing collection of cards in the TCGO can transfer most of them over to TCG Live. However, these transfers will be limited to 4 copies of any single card, 1 copy of Ace, Spec, or Prism Star cards, 1 copy of each part of a V Union card, and 59 copies of any energy. The game will convert any additional copies of cards into credits, one of several in-game currencies present in the game. All standard format cards will be immediately transferable and playable, and expanded support will be added after TCG Live's initial release. Sadly, legacy cards, so Heart Gold and Soul Silver, that era, will not be in TCG Live.
So if you're spending coins on the packs in the TCGO, don't spend them on legacy packs because they won't transfer. Speaking of packs, Pokemon has not directly confirmed which items or sealed products will be compatible, but that is likely because unopened products and bundles are not transferable at all. Instead, players will receive crystals, another of TCG Live's in-game currency equal to the number of unopened items that transfer.
A suggestion. Open your packs now. The cards will transfer, packs won't. Unless you're after crystals. If you're after crystals, go ahead, buy some packs and save them. By the way, this is the conversion method for items to crystals. 1 to 9 items gives you 1 to 9 items gives you 250 crystals. 10 to 24 items gives you 550 crystals. 25 to 49 gives you 1,125 crystals. 50 to 124 sealed items gives you 2,350 crystals. And 125 or more items gives you 6,200 crystals. Crystals get you packs, promos, and more.
TCGO in-game currency, saved deck lists, and other data stored on the older platform won't transfer either.
Only a select number of coins, card sleeves, deck boxes, and other accessories will transfer, with a limit of 1 copy per item. Additional copies will not be transferred at all, nor converted into in-game currency. A full list of transferable cards, items, and accessories will be available when the global beta version of TCG Live launches later this year. Thoughts?
Yeah. So you know how it will only be like only 5 copies of this card. 4 copies of this card will be able to transfer.
Mm-hmm.
What if somebody was trying to save up like 15 of their favorite artwork card from their favorite set?
But why would they do that?
Well, some people are weird. We're weird.
Well, I am very weird, and that is true. But they're doing it because most people don't use it for the collecting. They use it for the battling. And if you're just making decks, you will not physically be able to add more than 4 of a single card to your deck, or more than 1 of a V Union part, or more than 1 of an Ace Spec or Prison Star.
Yeah.
You can't have more than 1 of those in a deck. So it's following the rules for how decks are controlled. I think that you said that the saved deck lists will not transfer, which do you think that means we have to, I mean, like, we'll have all the cards, but do you think that means we'll have to rebuild all our decks?
Everybody, take screenshots and pictures of your old decks while you still can.
Yes, make your deck lists. Now, if we find out more information on, like, whether your decks will save, obviously the cards will, so as long as you know the deck list, you can rebuild it. But if we find out more, we will notify on the next episode, or as soon as possible, if your actual decks will save. Otherwise, right now, I would just suggest that you take screenshots or pictures or whatever of your deck lists or the cards in your decks so you can rebuild them easily.
How many crystals will it take to get a pack?
I don't know. I say like something like 200, because that's how much packs will cost.
I'm gonna say either 500 or 1,000 crystals.
Well, that would be kind of outrageous, considering for one, if it transfers over 1 item, like 1 sealed pack, you'll get 250 crystals. Wouldn't it make sense for 250 crystals to be the price of a pack?
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Here's what you need to do.
Mhm.
You know all those Pikachu avatar collections?
Yes.
They count as sealed things.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess you're right. I just need to
They're sealed
trade for all the.
items.
I just need to trade for all of them, and I just need to like get all the Pikachu avatar collections, and like I'm gonna get whatever it is, the 125 or more. I'm gonna get 6,200 crystals.
Imagine the packs.
Is that it? Is there anything else you have to say about it?
Only that I am super excited for this because this is a mobile app that you can get on phones.
Yes, so
Like-
many more people will be able to get it because not everybody has the
Yeah,
luxury of like a computer or a tablet, or some people have like the luxury of a phone, but not a computer or a tablet, and so they can't get it.
I am definitely super excited. Anything else you have?
I don't think so. Why don't we move into an email? So this email is from my dad, and it says, what Pokemon would taste the best and what Pokemon would taste the worst? I think Charizard would taste burnt and gross. Thank you for emailing. K-Dog, what Pokemon would taste the best?
Okay, so best. This is going to sound sad because I'm saying it. But I do feel as though Snorlax would taste really good.
He's like a bear thing, though.
Yeah, but
You really want to eat bear?
Snorlax is a cat.
Snorlax is not a cat. I am Googling this now.
Snorlax is a cat.
What? There's no way he's a cat. What
He's a
animal
cat.
is Snorlax?
But Snorlax just spends all day eating sweet fruit.
Ha! Ha! He's not modeled after an animal. He's modeled after a Game Freak developer.
What?
He's inspired by one of the game designers. He's not inspired by an animal.
How? I just need to harness this information real quick.
Also, that's not a cat, though. Even if it was an animal, that wouldn't be a cat. Why don't you guys email us? If Snorlax were based off an animal, what animal would he be? We need to bring justice to this situation other than he's a game developer. You want to eat a game developer, K-Dog?
Aw, I would be blessed to.
No!
Okay, best tasting Pokemon. I feel like Pikachu would be shockingly good.
Oh my gosh. Why? What is it with you and the puns? Why? Pokemon puns. I think something like Combuskin would taste the best.
What?
What?
Hold
Chicken
on.
nuggets! The middle
Okay,
evolution
that's-
of Torchic. I feel it's not like this weirdly humanoid, somewhat chicken thing like Blaziken, but it's not like a baby chick like Torchic. It's like a
Yeah.
nice medium-sized chicken, and I could picture myself eating Combuskin nuggets.
Combuskin nugget?
Well, yeah, like chicken nuggets, or like a nice. I don't know.
I'm imagining you doing an laughing an evil laugh, and while chopping up Combuskin's limbs and breading them and putting them in the oven.
No, I would buy it at like a fast food restaurant. Like what's a hold on? Like I would buy it at McDorald's.
Stop!
All right, going down to McDorald's to get myself some Combuskin nuggets. Our emailer said Charizard would taste burnt and gross. Do you think that?
I mean, no, I do not, and here's why. Because Charizard may be crispy and everything on the outside, but on the inside, wouldn't he just be flesh?
Right, it'd be like Charizard meat, basically. It's not,
Yeah.
and I don't understand why it would be burnt, because it's not like he is burning. Like, the tail would probably be, like, charred. Like, crispy Charizard tail would probably be, like, a delicacy. Oh, yeah, in the Pokemon world, one food that is confirmed is people eat Slowpoke tails as a delicacy.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, why does that sound good? Why do I want that now?
Exactly. Or I just want some Combuskin nuggets. That's all I want. With some Bellsprout sauce. Two Pokemon that I think would taste terrible is Grimer and Trubbish. Or their evolutions.
Yes. Yep.
Like, would you want to eat a pile of toxic sludge or a bag of sentient trash?
Who else thinks that Guzzlord would taste terrible?
I don't know. Guzzlord, I mean, I'm not saying I
Creamy would be delicious.
What?
Alcremie.
Yes! All the food-based Pokemon would be so good. Alcremie would be amazing. You just gotta... Alcremie is dead, and then you just eat your Alcremie. It's like a dessert.
Oh my gosh.
Yo!
Imagine a VMAX.
So I'm gonna...
Okay, wait, hang on.
That's how you get, like, big cakes for events quick and easy. Evolve your Milcery into Alcremie, Gigantamax it, then unalive it, and now you've got this giant cake.
For normal, like, birthday cakes and everything, it's just normal Alcremie. But for weddings and parties and everything, Gigantamax Alcremie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so-and-so's birthday. We need to get him an Alcremie for his birthday so that we can have dessert at the end of the day. Oh, so-and-so and so-and-so are getting married. We gotta get a Gigantamax Alcremie. You know.
I think you're putting a lot, maybe a little too much thought into this. As long as you take the bug out, Applin would probably taste decent. Appleton would taste so good.
It would. I don't think Flapple would taste good, though.
No, Flapple would taste sour because the literal item used to evolve it is the tart apple.
Hmm.
Yeah, not very tasty, I don't think. No. No, thank you. What about my favorite Pokemon? How would a Zygarde taste? Is that all you got to say? Is that all we've got about that?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our card of the day, Expedition Base Set Gengar. Now, the reason we chose this card is because it is the 13th card in the 13th set. And this Expedition Base Set Gengar has 90 HP, has the ability Chaos Move. Once during your turn before your attack, if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards, you may move 1 damage counter from one Pokemon to another, or yours or your opponent's, to another, even if it would knock out the Pokemon. This power can't be used if Gengar is affected by a special condition. Then its attack for 2 Psychic and 1 of any energy. Hide in Shadows for 40. Switch Gengar with one of your benched Pokemon, if any.
So, battle-wise.
Doesn't do a lot of damage, but can freely move 1 damage counter from a Pokemon to another if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards.
That is good. Now, I'm not saying that you'll use a super old e-reader card in a deck, but what if your opponent has a super tough V, like Rillaboom V, 220 HP, and you are just like dreading it coming, you know? Bam, place out Gengar. If you attack, and then your next turn, you use its ability to put the damage counter on the Rillaboom V or something. And then, once it's on there, then once the Gengar is finally knocked out, it'll have, like, 30 or 40 or however many damage on it.
Plus any damage that it did with the hide and shadows.
Yeah.
So, like, we're estimating what? 100 damage?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you get out an even more powerful card than Gengar, and you take it out with one hit. Take 2 prize cards.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So,
and art-wise, the Gengar looks a little weird, but all the art did back then. And collection-wise, this is a really neat card to have in your collection. And it is worth $115.82 market price.
well, yeah, nobody is using that in a deck unless it's a sleeve deck.
Exactly.
No, top loader deck.
Double sleeved and top loaded. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's episode of the Pokesino Club podcast. If you enjoyed, please consider dropping a follow wherever you listen, whether it's Acast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anything else.
Any images or articles used in this podcast will be linked in the description below.
I am Pawzy Puppy. You can find me at youtube.com/PawzyPuppy, and you can find K-Dog, sometimes featured on my channel.
But not anywhere else yet.
If you would like to email the show, the email address is podcast@pokesino.club. Email us, what Pokemon do you think would taste the best? And what Pokemon you think would taste the worst? Yeah. I want to know. We'll make that like our discussion in one of the episodes. We'll go over some email responses. What Pokemon would taste the best and worst? Anyways, thanks for listening. May Pokesino be with you.